My friend, if you are a modern Western human, you're already living in a desert, drying out like a prune without even realizing it. This is day 8 of Get Quenched, and today we're addressing the hidden lifestyle factors that are stealing your hydration throughout the day. Because you can drink all the right water in all the right amounts, but if you're not accounting for these subtle dehydrators, then you're still going to end up in a water deficit. So let's start with the most obvious one, caffeine. Coffee, black tea, green tea, energy drinks, all of these are diuretics, which means that they signal your kidneys to excrete more water than you're actually taking in. So for every 8 ounces of caffeinated beverage that you consume, you need to add at least 12 ounces of water to compensate. And ideally, you want to drink that water before your coffee so that you're not starting from a dehydrated baseline. Alcohol, of course, is even worse. You already know this. For every ounce of alcoholic beverage, you lose 1.5 ounces of water from your body because alcohol suppresses the release of vasopressin, which is a hormone that tells your kidneys to retain water, which is why you end up waking up in the middle of the night with a pounding headache and dry mouth after drinking. It's because you're profoundly dehydrated and your brain has literally shrunken away from your skull a little bit. Next, most people don't think about this, but indoor heating and air conditioning are massive dehydrators that almost no one addresses, because when you're breathing dry, recirculated, temperature-controlled air for 8 to 10 hours a day, you're losing moisture with every breath. So you want to add at least 16 ounces just to compensate for being indoors. And if all of this sounds like a ton of extra water, I hear you. These are some general guidelines that were created by Dr. Batman-Gelage in the protocol that he used to heal thousands of patients with electrolyte-rich hydration. But I want to reiterate that when you're drinking really high-quality structured water, you actually need to drink less because it's more bioavailable, especially if you have a good source of molecular hydrogen in there too. Also, if you incorporate more hydrating lifestyle practices into your routine to compensate for the dehydrating ones, like grounding your feet on the earth, getting quality sunlight, especially at sunrise and sunset, getting high quality fats in your diet, etc., then you can offset some of these dehydrating lifestyle practices that we're talking about today without having to drink a gallon. Now, another big dehydrator is sitting still all day. So that actually creates lymphatic stagnation because your lymphatic system doesn't have a pump in the same way that your cardiovascular system does. It relies entirely on muscle contraction and deep breathing and movement in order to circulate, which means that if you're sitting at a desk for hours, then the water that you're drinking isn't reaching all of your tissues. So you either need to add more water or get up and move every 30 to 60 minutes or do other practices like red light therapy or these other hydrating biohacking tools. Then there's pharmaceuticals, especially diuretics like the ones that are prescribed for high blood pressure, but also even antidepressants, antihistamines, many common medications. They actively dehydrate you in a big way, which often really exacerbates the very symptoms that they were prescribed to treat in the first place. I see it so often. But here's arguably the worst culprit: non-native electromagnetic fields. So EMFs are super dehydrating because they actually scramble the electrical forces that allow your body of water to absorb and circulate hydration. Osmosis is a hydroelectric process across cell membranes. So your cells are designed to run as these tiny little water batteries with a very delicate piezoelectric charge across the membrane and the gap junctions that act like these fiber optic cables that pass light and information from one cell to the next. And in the presence of strong man-made electromagnetic fields, that charge gets shorted out. It resonates at the wrong frequency. So that osmotic hydroelectric flow of nourishing water in and detoxifying water out of the cell, it breaks down. That detoxifying water can't flow out of the cell and the nutrient-rich structured water can't flow in. Over time, your gap junctions start to resonate to these discordant man-made frequencies instead of the natural Schumann-like harmonics that your body evolved with. And then your intracellular body water batteries lose their voltage, accumulate cellular toxins and oxidative damage, etc. The result is a chronically dehydrated, low charge, low coherence body of water, even if you're technically drinking enough, which is why EMFs so powerfully exacerbate dehydration, aging, and degeneration in our modern digital desert. And that's why we all need EMF mitigation protocols as a key part of our hydration strategy. So comment EMF protection for the top tools that I endorse and recommend. And today's task is to track your dehydrators. Write down every cup of coffee, every hour in air conditioning or heating, every medication, every alcoholic drink, and take the time to calculate how much extra water or extra hydrating lifestyle practices you need to add to your baseline. And that's the baseline that we calculated together on day 3. And I want to remind you also that, because I've been seeing this in the comments lately, the advice to only drink when you're thirsty is part of the reason why so many people wind up with long-term chronic health conditions as a result of years of low-level chronic dehydration. Because one of the first signs of UCD, unintentional chronic dehydration, which is the technical term for it, is the loss of the thirst response. So part of this whole series is learning to see other imbalances in the body, like brain fog, afternoon fatigue, headaches, trouble concentrating, etc., to see those as signs of thirst. Because dry mouth is not the only sign of thirst, and it's actually the first one that your body stops using as a signal. Now, to really help you integrate all of this, comment hydration workbook to get the full 28-day guide with the dehydrator's checklist and the calculator and journal prompts and all of that, or you can comment Quenched for daily emails with each and every lesson, because consistency beats motivation every single time. Or you can comment NW course for my full course, my full training on everything that you need to know about hydration, including my exclusive 7-step process. We go much deeper in the course. It's very empowering. Everybody loves that course. And I will see you tomorrow. Until then, be well and be water, my friend.